Clash Cherry, what a cool disc. I have been absolutely throwing the snot out of the prototype, so finally glad that we've got some kind of stock run available. This in the ring plastic. It is quite a bit domier than the prototypes were. I don't mind it, but if you're not a domey mid-range type of person, maybe you want to look at like the Berry or something like that as your stock mid-range. So think a slot that's kind of like Hex, Rock 3, you know, just workhorse mid, gonna do really good in a variety of wind conditions. I personally pick it up if I ever have a question like, okay, do I want, like, is it, if it's not a tailwind, I'm probably going to this. Just because I don't want any chance of it flipping over. I want the consistent finish at the end, and that's what this disc gives you. Very, very workable with some good hookup at the end. So that is the Cherry. We've got the sick designs on them, obviously. Not too much more to say than that. Let's throw these bad boys.
So for me, honestly, I love the concept of this disc, and I know for Mikey and Josh it throws really well. For me, as you saw in the B-roll at the beginning, it's got a lot of dome to it, and the rim is pretty thick as far as like the shoulders are really low on it, the parting line's really low. It feels really bulky in the hand to me. And for me, I really don't like throwing mid-ranges specifically like that. I'll throw distance drivers like that. Fairways, I'll have a bit of dome. I'm totally fine with it. My putter, the Tone Popcorn, has a little bit of dome, and I love it. It's one of my favorite throwing putters. But for the mid-range, for how I have to grip it, I was having to backload to be able to grip it properly and throw it in those shots, which you saw they went 260, 270, whereas usually for mid-ranges, I'm throwing about 310, 320 right now. It's just the fact that I can't grip it properly. I can't get a front-loaded grip on it, which for mid-ranges I prefer. So it's probably not gonna kick out the Rune Hex in my bag. I like how flat that is, and it just feels better in my hand. But it's a great disc still. I can tell that for other people, it's gonna throw really well, but if you don't like a bulkier feeling disc or you don't like that dome, it's probably not gonna be a great disc for you unless you already backload. If you already backload, it actually feels fine. For me, backloaded, it feels fine, but I just don't like throwing mid-ranges backloaded. So we're gonna kick over to Mikey to see how it actually throws, because he's about to bomb hole 4.
What a relief, Dakota. You rolling? Hole 4. Hate this hole. And you think, Mikey, you throw so far, and this is like a 500 something foot hole. Hate it. It's downhill, you gotta control the angle perfect. And you know what I've wanted to do? Just throw something that's not gonna turn a bunch. So, super excited that I threw the cherry like 430 today, because that'll put me down far enough for me to be happy. And I just really wanna take a 3, and that's it. And I don't wanna be in the woods. So, slight hyzer. Flip it up to flat, let it carry right just a little bit. Don't throw it too high or it's gonna fade too much. Let's just do it. That's it. All right. Down there a little bit to the right. It's nice. I'll just throw another backhand from there, probably with like a putter or something, and then tap in for a birdie. Back to you, Josh.
Well, in case you didn't know, slower discs, great for the woods. Great to keep your lines under control. I'm at hole 3 here at Lynchburg College, looking into a gap. Now, usually you can just lay up, take a very easy par, maybe get a look at birdie. Today, we're going to try to graduate into manhood here and hit the gap with something slow. Try to get up there. I don't need to do a total hero shot, right? I throw far enough now that I can try to take something slower, just hit my line, keep it mostly straight the whole way, maybe a little baby S-curve, finish up there, and have a super easy 3, maybe even a look at 2 would be pretty cool, but that'd be like a weird jumper. So, nothing to do but to hit it. We got lots of height to work with, that's why mid's a good choice here. Let's get after it. Get over. It's gonna be a look. One thing I was just telling Mikey as we were moving forward here is you have to control the ground action late, which is what makes a mid good here, because it's not the initial like straightforward, but you're gonna see when we walk up here that there's a lot of dust and the angle of the hill is gonna be problematic. So being able to kind of up tempo a little bit on something slower wins out here when you're controlling the ground play at the end. So I'm here, left of the fairway. You can see it's all kind of garbage up here. It's overgrown, right? So it's actually a lot better to be like 100 or 50 feet past that landing zone. You wanna look back, Mikey? Down at the foot of the hill, because it's well worth the risk now to try to get up here and try to bite a little bit off, because you're gonna be scrambling from down there anyways, probably. So might as well get the extra distance, make your scramble shot all that much easier. So when you gotta control the ground play and keep the line tight, something slower, like your just bread and butter mid will do you. All right, guys, that's all for this time. If you are interested in picking up one of these, the design's so cool, these things are just gonna go really quick, I think. So, link in the description below. We, of course, thank you for your support. Until next time, peace out.